Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Subject Computer Application for 12th Standard C section. Last class we discussed about the 5 practical exercise related to MySQL, that is exercise number 6 to 10. So now we are going to start a new chapter number 10, Introduction to Computer Networks. Of course, last year in plus one, we learn about networks and we also know the basic fundamental of internet networks. Now we are going to see the extension of that previous class topic in this 12th standard. So in this session, we are going to cover three topics: one, introduction; number two, history of computer networking and the internet; three, uses of computer network. So let's start our class with the topic introduction. So what is network? So in this introduction, we are going to learn what is network. When a set of computers connected together for the purpose of sharing resources is called as network. At present, internet is the most common resource shared everywhere. So important purpose of connecting computer is to share resources. So here resources refers to file server, web camera, speaker, printer, scanner, fax machine, etc. are the important resources, and accessing services like www World Wide Web, that is accessing web pages, digital audio, digital video, which are the important accessing services of internet. That's why we are connecting computers. So and other than this element, you can see internet is a network of networks, is called internet. So the well-known term for internet is networks of network. There are many small networks in geographical area, and all that small networks are connected and very big network were formed. That very big network is called as internet. That's why the definition is internet is a networks of network. For example, when a multinational company having worldwide branches all over the world, if they want to know what is the status of their product, what is the feedback, what is the demand of the customer, and what are the current status of our branches in different locations of world, then they can use this network called internet, a very big internet, and collect all the necessary information required for their company. This is a simple example of using internet. Next, computer network is also called as a digital telecommunication network. Oh, so telecommunication, of course, it is plays a very important role in our life. So all the computer networking is not just only used for sharing resources like printer, scanner, or updating company details, but is also very important, plays a very important role in communication. So this communication can be converted into digital form because of computer networking, which permits nodes to share its resources. Here, this computer networking exchanges the data with each other through wired or wireless connection between different terminals called nodes. So the node term is referred to a computer which was involved in telecommunication, digital telecommunication. Through the computer, all the digital telecommunication data, that is voices, are transferred. That telecommunication may be connected via wired or wireless. So wireless media refers to Wi-Fi, whereas a wired media refers to cable media. So it may be fiber optic cable, which we already discussed in 11th standard. Different types of cables. Now we are going to see how this will very helpful for telecommunication, digital telecommunication. So computer which is connected to network is called as nodes. Of course, we know the data originated and terminates at this particular node is called as the source and the destination. For example, if anyone call from one location, then That data is transferred to local computer, which is act as a source node, and this computer will send the all the data, that is voice, to the destination, where in the destination there was another computer which receives the sound and send to the destination user. So this type of computer are called a destination node. So in networking, nodes are identified by an address called IP addresses. So each and every nodes have their unique IP address. So in the same way, each and every mobile phone, tabs, personal computer, huge servers and other networking devices have their own IP address. Through that only we can access the other devices in digital telecommunication through computer. Connecting more than one device is called network. In many cases, application at particular communication were layered, others were simply in general communication protocols. The well-known networking for all is internet. So next one, we are going to see the next topic, history of computer. The history starts in the period late 1950s when a SAGE semi-automatic ground environment method was used for computer networking. So this computer method, that is semi automatic ground environment network, was used for US United States of America military radar system. This is the first time where computer were connected for some purpose. After in 1960, SABRI semi-automatic business research environment method was used. In this method, the very confidential and very secret method of communication which was used in US military in 1950s were expanded to the next level as a commercial level. That is, in 1960s, Sabri method was introduced where commercial airline reservation system online connected with the two mainframe computers. So after that, packet switching is also introduced in the same year in 1960s, where packet switching was developed by Paul Baran and Donald Devices to transfer the information between computer and network. In the same year, the NPL National Physical Laboratory at United Kingdom, that is in UK, local area network LAN using line speed of 768 kilobits was implemented by Davis pioneered. So in 1960s, the very secret and method, computer networking method was expanded to the commercial level for airline reservation, for transferring information. The packet switching method was introduced, and NPL network was also introduced in UK with the speed of 768 kilobits per second. After 1960s, 1963, Intergalactic Computer Network was sent by JCR Linklater to his office colleagues discussing about this concept. A computer network engaged to access communication with users of computer. So this is the first we call as a conference method used in computer network in 1963 within office colleagues. Next, 1965, teleshop telephone switch. At West, widely used telephone switch was introduced by Western Electric, which implemented true computer control. So, after introduction of telephone, the in 1965 we use computer in telephone field, that is telecommunication field, for controlling the telecommunication process. So in 1965 we used it by the Western Electric. In 1968, WAN was introduced, that is wide area network. We already learned that there are five types of network: local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. So other two networks is also discussed in our plus one standard. So it is one of a very big network. An experimental paper on wide area network has been published by Thomas Marley and Lawrence G. Roberts, published in the year of time sharing. So actually in 1966 we are theoretically confirmed that this network is going to work very well, but in 1966 wide area network was not practiced in practical way. That is, We are not using wide area network, but we know what to do for wide area network in theoretical form. In 1969 and in 1970, ARPANET, the hierarchical routing after 1970s Internet, that is called today net, today's Internet. The first Internet was called ARPANET, was introduced in 1969. Four nodes of ARPANET were connected between four universities. So here nodes network refers to the computer in network, the very big network which connect four nodes through ARPANET between four universities, namely California at Los Angeles, at Santa Barbara, the Standard Research Institute, and the University of Utah, using the 50 kilobits per second circuits. This is the first internet. Maybe we call it as internet, but in 1969, in 1970, the term the ARPANET is used for refer this network. So in this network, packet switching networks was theoretically work to model was performed by Leonard Clarnock. ARPANET was which underpinned the development of it, and his theoretical work on hierarchical routing in late 90s with his student Farooq Khamoun remains critical to the operation of the internet today. So we called this ARPANET as a demo method for wide area network or internet, so where we connect different very large distant computers connected through ARPANET method in 1969 and 1970s. Mr. Farouk will introduce this method in theoretical form. That is, the method was now using in internet. In 1972, X.25 TCP and IP using X.25, a method was used as a commercial service were deployed, then was using an infrastructure for expanding TCP and IP. Of course, in 11th standard we learned TCP IP, that is a packet switching protocols, transfer control protocol, and internet protocol used in email for sending data. After that, in 1973, host systems. That is, in 1973, French network named CA10 was the first for making host, which is responsible for reliable delivery of data. Later, it became centralized service of network in itself. Host computer were introduced by Cyclades French network company in 1973. After in 1973, between 1973 and 79, Ethernet method, a memo at Xerox PARC was written by Robert Metcalfe describing Ethernet in 1973 in an Aloha-based networking system which was developed in 1960s by Norman Abramson and colleagues at the University of Hawaii. At July 1976, the paper published Ethernet Distributed Packet Switching for Local Computer Network by Robert Metcalfe and David Boggs, then collaborated on many patents received in 1977 and 1978. Robert Metcalfe pursued making an open standard in 1979. So many computer software engineers work on this network, and they introduced this concept Ethernet in 1973, and they published many books also. After in 1979, ARCnet was created by John Murphy of Data Point Corporation, in which token passing network was used first to share the storage devices in 1976. After that, in 1995, new fiber optic cables, which are now we are using for 5G, 3G, 4G networking, the speed capacity of transmission for Ethernet was slightly elevated from 10 megabits to 100 megabits per second at 1995. After 1991, 3 Ethernet supported the transmission speed capacity towards gigabit. Frequently, highest speed up to 100 gigabits were applied still 2016. Ethernet has the ability to grow easily. So this is the concept, this is the history of the computer networking and the internet, which was described in this form, in the graphical waveform. So from it starts from 1945 to 1995. So after that, internet was have the term internet was introduced with different terminologies like international network, internet connector computer called network, interconnected computer network. So these are the different terms used for internet. So internet stands for interesting notions transmitted electronically around newly engineered technology. Nowadays, the internet plays a very vital role. It provides all the information and services to us. For example, nowadays we are in an online era where we use Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal companies' services through a computer online, and we get all the necessary basic things like food, clothes, etc. And we pay to them using the online payment system where many banks are involved to send and receive money via gateway of e-banking. So internet is run all the time, that is 24 into 7 and 365 days. So any person can sell or buy anything at any time, anywhere, and everything. So this is the main advantages of internet. Nowadays, even the static governments like India government also involved in uh, networking, where they provide many certificates like community certificate, income certificate, and other certificate related for our life, and uh, through online. That system is called as e-governance. So this method of e-governance avoid the bribery. That is, here we don't want to give any bribery amount to any government officer for provide for getting certificates for us. So this is the important development of internet in the government as well as in our real life. Now we are going to see the next important use of the network. Merchants can easily get their specific products, company's brand, and anything which he have, and he can compare any data through internet. So by this way, the many advantages is provided to merchants as well as users, and powerful search engines like text, audio, video, and with briefly and without moving to library and taking advice from expert student, researchers can get their relevant study and research material easily via internet. So not for any normal person, a merchant, a businessman, a user, a student, a research person can also use network for fulfilling his requirement. So like current affairs can also be updated through many search engines like Internet Explorer, Yahoo, Bing, Google, Gmail, YouTube, Google Drive, Google Maps. These are the some special applications relatedly used in internet. So uh, we know many advantages of internet, but there are some disadvantages of also available in our point. So some of the disadvantages of internet is simply wasting our precious time on internet by searching unwanted things. Nowadays our students use internet, but they're wasting their time without knowing that they are surfing only the things which they want. So the things which they serve is not required for them for their life. So this type of users are increasingly rapidly increasing. So and next disadvantages is lot of unnecessary information is available in internet. So blogs, YouTube channels, and other things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the things are open, and this social media is open for everyone in free of cost. So all the members who use this internet, they simply put all the data with what they know. So these data will make the internet as a garbage. And hackers, viruses can easily theft our money, more valuable information available in the internet. So there are security issues is also available in banking. So these are the four important disadvantages of internet. We know many advantages of internet, but this is also very important point which we should consider in using internet. We should not use internet for unwanted things. Number two, we should not give any unwanted information, take unwanted information, and we should uh, save ourselves from hackers, viruses, and security issues like e-banking. So next one is the internet explosion. So after development of internet, what is the explosion was happened in our life? That is the point we are going to discuss in this heading the growth, the internet explosion. In 1994, the internet was expanded and allowed to use for common people. Before that, only government and private parties and industries, academic like universities, schools, colleges, only use the internet for their purpose. But in 1994, the internet is allowed to use for common people. After that, what is the changes will happen in our life? So the first important thing is globalized at all dimension of our the world. It means from from here itself we know what is happening in USA, how what is the election method of USA, and we know what is the current status of North Korea, what is the invention about COVID-19 coronavirus vaccine status in other countries because of internet. So this internet provide us a very mobile technology and social web media through which our knowledge is updated to globalized level. But before the introduction of the internet, we want to know what is happening in USA, in other countries. We want to go to TV or a paper or any magazine or any person who know about that and get the information from that person or from that media only. But now from our small smartphone itself we can access whatever data we required from uh, from the internet in a global standard. Next one, the important use of the social media like Facebook. In 2004, this Facebook was created, but now there are 2,230 million active users in Facebook. They are sharing many informations and they are forwarding many informations through internet. So which gives us a very important, very great awareness and current affairs knowledge about our standards. Also allows us to democrate in mass media. So it means before the internet, if you want to tell your thoughts to any public, to any global media, we want to go to media like paper, news channels, then only we can give our thoughts and we can forward our thoughts to global media. But because of the mass media, that is the social media, many blogs vlogs are available. Through we can give any thoughts, whatever thoughts we want to explore to your world, we can explore it. So this is the democracy we get in mass media. Next one, the web pages in internet have very low investment. So anyone can create web pages, and any size of any size of business people from large to small can use these web pages for developing his company, for developing his business, and he can invest directly and economically he get more faster and better position because of internet. Nowadays from a a small shopkeeper is also have their own blog, have their own uh, YouTube channels where they put all the videos related their product and improve their business, and they are economically growing very fast and they are using this internet for their development. Next one, the important key development and growth of the popularity is cloud storage. So before internet, if you want to purchase any movie or any game or any software, then we want to go to a software shop and we want to purchase the software like music store, videos, movies, games, so request softwares, and we want to pay the so money to them, and after that we will get the required amounts. But now because of introduction of cloud storage, many games, musics, and movies are freely available and stored in the global storage area that is called clouds. So from which we can simply download all the necessary software, all the music, all the games, all the videos, and we can use that without paying money because all the data are freely available in internet. So in fact, the other important growth in the computer network is the infrastructure development. So of course we know when very first the computer networking, that is mobile telecommunication technology, was introduced, the speed of the technology is 1G, but after that it was slowly developed to 2G, 3G and 4G. Now we are going for 5G. In fact, many countries, even in India itself, the service providers didn't cover all the geographical area of India, and they didn't provide the full-fledged speed of 3G or 4G to all users, but they are rushing towards the next generation called 5G because they want to develop their company and they want in race. Always they want in race in business race, then only they can stand in this very fast developing telecommunication field. So from this we can know what is the development happen in this computer networking telecommunication technology. So the only difference between 1G and 5G is the speed of the data. So always we require speed because time is precious. So to save the time we want to develop our speed. So the 5G intends to boost up the speed the mobile connection dramatically. Even in 4G initial being developed and companies are not waited and they do not feel shy to advertise about the 5G offers. Nowadays, many companies who don't even fulfill the 4G infrastructure for all their customers, but they are advertising for 5Gs without knowing what the infrastructure exactly required. Next one, the important growth of computer network is artificial intelligence will help to maintain this type of networking. So when speed is increased, what will happen? Many problems arise like maintaining, management, protection. All these three elements can be controlled by the artificial intelligent computers. Nowadays, these computers are called distributed denial of services attacks and attempts. So we can call it as a technically traffics. When many users use the network, either 4G or 3G, we simply know that in the times like evening 6 to 9 o'clock, the speed of the internet gets slow because many users use the internet services from single provider, and the provider unable to provide the full-fledged speed to all the users. That's why the traffic happens. So traffic happens in network path in using the internet. The artificial network powering algorithms which are becoming very famous, and the one of the intelligent method which come up with a faster and reliable method for anticipating threats and cleaning the network. For example, to solve all the problems like traffic in networking and slower of speed, artificial intelligence is able to be better predict traffic and its collect analyze data in real time. Some of the network managers are better prepared for big events such World Cup, Olympics, Valentine's Day. These are some of the important days where internet users was increased dramatically increased at that particular time. For example, when World Cup cricket or 2020 cricket, IPL cricket is going on. So at that particular time, many users use the internet for abstracting that particular video streaming. So nowadays, service provider unable to manage that. So to manage that, they introduce the artificial computer algorithm methods where they are dramatically control these traffics. Next one, users of computer network. So users of computer network, we may already discuss and we know what is the users of computer, many things, but now we are going to discuss it technically. So users of computer network can be divided into four topics. Number one, in the field of communication. Number two, resource sharing. Number three, data or software sharing. Number four, money saving. These are the three important things where we are going to use the computer. Number one, communication. So of course nowadays communication methods were changed. So in olden days, if you want to communicate, we can use the letter, or we can use the telephone, or we can use the urgent communication method like a telegram. So now we are using a voice message, a social media, a telephone, email, chatting, video teleconferencing, video telephone, SMS, MMS, groupware like a group discussion. So nowadays in online classes also we are going in this. corona period, where many students are active the single time, and they use the single software and share their communications with each other. So next one is resource sharing. Of course, we already know the important resources like printers, scanners, PDF, fax machine, modems can be shared through computer networks. It is the important feature, and it may be called it as a main reason for developing computer network, that is sharing resources. So here resources refers not only the software, not only the hardware, but also refers to softwares. Some of the softwares are very expensive for using that particular software, and uh, using them in networking is play using them in networking, the network are very helpful for using that particular software in through network. Next one is software and data sharing. So just we know all files cannot be taken backup and duplicate on more than one computer. So if one is not unable to handle due to hardware failure or any other reason, the copies can be used. So that's why we use the software and data sharing nowadays. In Google provides many data sharing methods. That is, we have drives, Google drives, we have YouTube channels where we store our files, folders, images, videos, other important things in networking at free of cost, and we can use it at whenever we want at any place in the world through internet. Next one is money saving. Because of network, financial aspect for every organization plays a very important role. So because of using internet, paperwork, manpower, and time is also saved. So many companies switch over into e-banking, e-paper, and they use all the things in electronic way. Because of that, they are able to manage many expenses related to the stationery, related to employees salaries and other expenditures. Next one is networks in business. So what is the impact of network in business? Of course, business is the only field which should be updated at every second. If any businessman want to be successful, then he should be aware of the latest technology and latest updation. If he or not she didn't update himself or herself for the latest technology, he unable to stand in any business. So in because of internet, there are many changes happen in internet. So nowadays you can see many advertisers in Amazon, where small vendors also join to Amazon. Through Amazon they sell their products, and they give services to their customers, but they use the internet. So because of that, and you can also see there was another social application software called OLX, where we can send our product to anyone by simply posting their photos on the internet, and any person can access that particular photo he want, and can chat with the OLX software to their customer directly without using the brokerages. So these type of businesses are called B2C, business to customer. That is called B2C. B2B, it is business to business. Any businessman can contact any businessman directly. So for purchasing the product, business to government, B2G, customer to business. Any customer can directly contact any businessman to direct companies to purchase product. Even customer to customer. That is now discussed that in ULX, any customer can contact another customer directly and purchase whatever product they want. And customer to government, government to business, government to customer, government to government. Even today many governments share their information through internet. So this type of businesses are called government to government commercial businesses. So these the different businesses happen now in internet because of network. Next, the important use of network in business is they are very cheaper compared to other methods of business. This internet method is very cheaper, which reduce enormous amount of expenses and provide a very beautiful advertisement of their product to the customer directly, and many companies do their routine work like renewing licenses, other certificates, bill payment, receipts, invoice, stock maintenance. All the basic business works can be done without any geographical boundaries. This is the important thing. So if anyone if anyone start any business fra- from in a local hometown also, and he can give any product to any country, and he can send any uh, business to anyone in the world. So some of the examples, like you can see, there was a native sweets where the very famous sweet shop which prepare the native sweets of countries, and send the products to any country of the world. They can send to USA, Japan, German, France within 5 days because of the network. So even government subsidies is also available for the business person who convert their business into digitalization. So direct directly handling cashes uh, and other elements can be avoided in business to get these subsidies. So government encourage the digital business and digital payment method for the buyer as well as the seller. So because of that, they get subsidies from government because they're using internet. So in fact, in many online shopping web pages, you can see, if you pay any, if you pay the product amount through any credit card or debit card, you will get 10% or 20%, 50% discount on that product, because they give subsidies to the customer. So next one, networks at home. So nowadays, home also network plays a very important role, because in home we need entertainment, we need many more important things. So the use and purpose of network is also available in homes. So nowadays, homes networks are connected in two ways. One is wired network, another one is wireless network. In homes, wired network, we connect the devices like speakers, CCTV cameras, printers, outdoors, and scanners through wire. And for wireless network, is connecting devices like tablets, indoor cameras, and e-readers, etc., without cables. So networks at home. What is the purpose of using network at home? We can think, if we are using network in business, of course we know we want to develop our company, we want to earn money. So for that we are using network in business, we know. But what is the purpose of using network in home? Number one, e-banking. So in home, we every month we pay uh, bills, tax, uh, electricity bills, cable bills, phone bill, and we use the tax. We used to pay taxes. For that we use e-banking, and we can learn from internet. That is why we use e-learning. E-governance, for example, if you want to know any government certificate, you want to know what is the status of government, then we can use the internet. E-health issues, nowadays many doctors in internet, they provide treatment through internet, they provide medicines through internet. So for that also we use the e-health and other, and they also give necessary advices free of cost in internet. For that also we use the internet, that is called e-health. Next, telemedicine, we get medicines through online, call centers, video conferencing, digitalization of memories. These are the important things which was used in home. Nowadays, the family system was totally changed. If, for example, consider a small nuclear family where two parents and children are there, and there were no, and both the father and mother parents go for business work, and if they want to manage their children, they can provide all the necessary things, food, dress, toothpaste, and all their requirement what they want through online. And even they can check their student uh, and they can check their children's what they are doing in home, either they are doing homework or not, they are studying or not, they are sleeping or not, through online. Because all the web cameras are connected through online itself we can check our home status. Because nowadays parents is also involved in very busy business life. So from the home, we order delicious food from various hotels and restaurants at time without delay, can be bought via internet. So these are the important uses of network in home. Next, mobile network. So Mobile network plays a very important vital role in our life. So mobile network is a network connecting devices without cable. This is the important feature that is called wireless network, such as laptop and tablet. hand Handheld computer were fastest growing segments. At land areas, network was distributed as cells, each will be served by a single location transceiver. So, but generally, three cell sites or a base transceiver stations were used. So, for each and every mobile, there are three layers are used for communication. One is location transceiver. The base station provides the cell with network coverage and other features that can be utilized for transmission of voice, data, and other content. The first thing is the base station. Next, joining together all the radio coverage is called as a wide geographical area. This portable transceiver used to communicate with one another with a fixed transceiver and moving via more than one cell during transmission. For example, mobiles, tablets, pages, laptops engaged with mobile broadband just like a modem. So if for example, if you in the home, for example, if anyone have the internet facility, then by you simply enabling the hotspot facility, they can give the permission to all the home members to access their internet through that particular phone. So even nowadays phone it's also converted as a modem because of its fastest transceiver method and transceiver facility. Compared to modem, they are providing very fast because they get all the radio coverages and provide very fast transfer of data compared to other devices. Next, features of mobile network. Next, number one, less consumption of power compared to other devices. Mobile devices consume very less power supply. So, because of a single transmitter or satellite. Next, huge capacity. So, then a large transmitter, a single frequency can be used for different or many links as long as they are in the different cells. So, memory capacity is also high. Resolution of the camera is also high in mobiles. Next one, covering large area than a single transmitter. We can add more towers indefinitely and cannot be limited by any horizon limits. So, whenever we use mobiles and whenever we move from one area to another area, automatically our mobile connected to particular areas base station automatically in a faster rate. That's why our communication speed is not interrupted by any problem. Next, probably all telecommunication providers had developed data and voice cellular network for the occupied the whole land area of the earth. From this it allows mobile phones and computing devices were connected to the public telephone network. Next one is the private cellular network can be used at various locations like research and about large organization and small industries like as public safety agencies. So today our mobile have all the facilities for our securities like because of enabling our GPS, our well-wisher can identify where we are. For example, by enabling our GPS software, if our phone is theft or our phone is missed somewhere in the area, we can identify through internet because of GPS. So these also plays a very important role. So we can also check the safety purpose also. So even though all the service provider giving internet cannot make a reach to all computer, so but because of mobile all the consumers use the internet because many users like old age people, the older generation who don't know how to use computers, but they learn how to use phones, how to through that phones mobiles they learn how to use internet. In fact, some of the person who don't know how to use computer, but they use internet, they send mail, they send messages, images, photos, voice messages through WhatsApp or any other uh, social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but they didn't know how to use computer, but they use internet because of mobile. So mobile work networks plays a very major role uh, for providing internet facility and allow all type of users to use internet. So this is the important role of mobile. By searching some important points, checking mail can be done, watching the progress can be easier on this way compared to computer, because for using internet through computer it requires computer knowledge, but using internet through mobile requires only practical knowledge, which can be easily obtained within 5 to 10 times of practice. Next one is social media. So when we talk about social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, blogs, print text, LinkedIn, classmates are plays a very important role where we can share all our important thoughts freely without any disturbance. That is called the democratic method was increased in social media. The corporate also provide all the intranet facilities to their customers members for sharing our data. Even many corporate companies provide a special social media where they can share all the information related to their job through that, and that messages can be controlled and that can be watched by the corporate admins. These social networks share several attributes in common: memberships. So social nets all generally requires users to register names, accounts for provide avoiding duplicate and secrecy. So many public networks offer free registration, but some charges fees for their premium services also collected. For private networks such as bank account holders, restrict and registration people who meet certain eligible criteria. So in even banks also provide online banking software, social media software through which can send money, receive money. If you have any complaint, we can register our complaints to that software. Next, content distribution. So this is the another type of social media where content like comments, movies, music, short films, like we can call it as a Hotstar software, where many movies are released in this corona period to OTT, where we can see that movies without going to theaters by simply paying their premium amount. Next, frequent return visits. Healthy social network takes a center around a base of members who check in regularly to contribute theirs and also for new updates. So human relationship building. The common goal of most social network is allowing the interaction that builds stronger connection within communities of people. So because of WhatsApp, we frequently communicate with our friends, our relatives, our unknown known persons, and share our data, which create a big relationship with our uh, human being brothers. Next, usefulness of social media. Besides being a fun place to meet and relax with people, social networking lead us some extreme useful benefits to their individual and communities. Number one, group information sharing over long distances. So because of today lifestyle, text message, social net suggestion, a richer environment through social medias where we can share photos, albums, musics, movies, comments, thoughts through the social medias with our friends who are in a longer distant place. So next one, broadcast announcement. Cities can more comfort to spread word of emergencies and natural calamities. Venues and local shops can advertise upcoming events on social network. Businesses able to market their products to customers. So social media plays a very important role for marketing also. In even you can see in our Facebook or in our Twitter, we can see suddenly there was an advertisement related to any product which we added as a wish list in our login, which was collected by their businessman, and they send the recent updates oriented our product which was ordered adding the wish list. And the next one is fostering delivery diversity of thoughts. So some critics of social network point out that online communities attract people by similar interests and backgrounds. So because of sharing our thoughts openly without any fear, many unknown persons are connected with each other, and because of their common thoughts they don't even know their name, they don't even know what is they're doing, what is their original gender, but they connected to each other and share their thoughts in social media. Indeed, when the people with different opinions to get together on online, many discussions seems to be degenerated into personal attacks, and so call it as a flame wars. So flame wars means a personal attack on any person when many peoples of different opinions connected and discuss on any topic in social media. So nowadays this flame was also increased in social media, where common peoples each other attack by in person terms because they are not agreeing with their opinions. Now, for people who stuck with busy schedule can have some relaxation, and now current affairs news via the social network can easier to wish someone to keep on touch their followers. So this is the end of the lesson. I hope you understand very well the topic. This is all about real life. Simply go through this topic and realize what is happening around us, and you can easily answer to any question from this chapter because it is all about real life. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. If you have any doubt, contact me through WhatsApp and clear all your doubts.